Melanie.
And I'm Michael.
And welcome to Uplift Stitches. We are a married couple, and this channel is a place where we talk about cross-stitching, board games, and the things that bring us joy.
Yeah, so see, this is Flosstube number 28.
Yeah, today is Friday,
the 5th.
December 5th, 2025.
It is Jingle Ball Eve, which
Ooh.
I'm sure all of you know about, and those who are attending are excited about, like we are.
We're ready for some fun.
But we thought we would get this recorded before the Jingle Ball because we probably won't have time during the weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is if you're new here, welcome. We are excited to have you here and hope you enjoy what you're seeing. This has been a fun journey for us, and if you're returning, then welcome back, and we're always glad to have you here.
It's so nice to see you again. We hope that you had the best month that you could.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a very busy month for us.
It has.
It is. So if you're new, we usually like to dive in a little bit into things that went on over the course of the month. You know, kind of a life update for. We do have some family and friends that are watching. So if you're not into that or not interested in watching that, you can skip ahead using the chapters below. But yeah, what exactly has happened this month? It was really busy.
I know. Well, the weekend that we filmed in early November was the same weekend that our friend Andrew, the runner stitcher, ran in the marathon.
Yeah.
And we decided to do marathon stitching.
We did. It was so much fun. I had the track going up and
Michael downloaded the app so we could track where Andrew was.
And like everybody else, I had issues at some point in the race. It just stopped wanting to track him. So I think I got some weird view to finally sort of track
we figured out a way that we could figure out.
But yeah, it was definitely buggy, but it was still fun. Like
it was so much fun. We watched floss tubes and we stitched for however many hours Andrew was running.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Thank you, Andrew, for doing that. We appreciate you for sharing your joy of running with us. So
and congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. So that was the very beginning of the month, and it never stopped from there.
Yeah.
We had our anniversary trip.
The weekend after we filmed, then we went on a little trip to celebrate our 10th wedding anniversary.
Yes, and it was my year to plan, so she didn't know where we were going, and I took her up to Moline, which is where, if some of you probably already can guess or know, it's where Bestitch Me is. So that was a highlight of the trip. We did. That means we do have some project enhancement to talk about in this video, because you can't go to Bestitch Me and not buy something. Yeah. So we did that, but we also did some other stuff while we were there.
Yeah, we did a little bit of hiking.
There's a nice little forest preserve called Loud Thunder, which I think we have a few pictures of.
The trees were at their peak autumn color. It was just beautiful.
It was a beautiful weather for that day to go hiking too.
Yeah.
Because like the very next day it turned cold.
Yeah. But it actually snowed.
It did. We woke up
the
day
snow the
day we left. It was kind of funny. Like we had it was the very like edge of the snow that hit Iowa. But we had a little bit of snow. It was really cold that morning too.
Yeah.
And we did a little antiquing, but I don't think we bought anything. But
we didn't, but we always have a fun time looking.
We do. So that was our trip. We had some good food, good times, and some good project enhancements that will be revealed later. The weekend after that was also busy because we had what exactly? I know we had the D&D session that weekend. When was the Northern Lights at?
I don't remember. It was sometime, I think, in the middle of the month.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was that weekend or the weekend after, but...
We do a video chat with my family once a week, and we had finished chatting with my family, and I hopped online to look at something, and I saw that someone who lives, maybe half an hour...
from us.
Southwest of us could see the Northern Lights from their house, and I was like, ooh, if they can see them...
We can probably see them.
There, we can probably see them at our house. So I dragged Michael outside.
And we were out there about a good hour
or so. We stood in our driveway for an hour.
Freezing.
Just like in awe of the lights.
You know, I think the last time they came down, we kind of got towards the tail end of it.
Yeah, at some point, I think last year, or was it earlier this year that we could see
I think it was last year. But we missed the peak of it.
We did. So it was one of those things where we were saying, like, is that kind of pinkish? Like, you could see it on your
Camera.
phone or camera.
But this time,
But this time we could actually see it with our eyes, like the changes in color in the sky.
Yeah, you could see it with your own eyes, to quote Linus. But yeah, yeah, you could see like there was pinks all over the place. There was greens streaking and moving. We have some good pictures we can share with you. I'm sure a lot of you.
It was just impressive, and it was so fun to just stand there.
We didn't want to go in. It was cold, but we were like, we want to stay. And surprisingly, none of our neighbors were out there. But
no,
I was excited. So that was a big event, and I don't remember if that was before or after our D&D.
It was sometime.
But our D&D event happened that following weekend, which is fun. We have a newish campaigns we've been going. So, and then we had a Branson trip the weekend after that with my family. My mom. Growing up, we went to Branson a number of times growing up. She loves going to see the shows.
My family did too. I think we talked about that last year. We took a trip, just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
But Michael's mom's been wanting to go for a while. We were supposed to go last year, but it just didn't work out, so we were able to go this year. Our sister-in-law planned the whole trip, and she just did an excellent job of planning things for us to do and a lovely place for us to stay.
Yeah, and we took her mom as well. So it was both of our moms. Her mom and my mom went, and we had a Christmas murder mystery with mafia themed, which was really funny.
It was hilarious.
We might have a few pictures of that. It was a lot of fun, and we saw some more lights, some Christmas lights.
Yeah, we drove through a Christmas light display, which was fun. We had some good food. We had a lot of good food. We spent a lot of time just visiting and talking, and
we did a little bit of. With a little bit of shopping, I actually got a crochet haul.
Ooh.
So I can share that with later when we talk about it. Okay. I forgot about that one.
Okay.
I'll have to grab it. So yeah, it was a fun Branson trip. That was a short one. We left Friday and came back Sunday. So it was a short trip, but it was fun. My mom.
It was so nice. We haven't had time like that with Michael's family in a few years. I think pre-pandemic was the last time we took a trip all together.
We went with my mom, Branson, pre-pandemic. It was like 2019.
Yeah, so I think it was 2018 the last time we took a trip as a family with Michael's family. So it was just nice to have that time together and just enjoy, have some fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Branson's a nice place to visit if you haven't been. It's a lot of shows and good food, and so. And then after that, of course, was a day or two before Thanksgiving. Her parents ended up coming a day earlier than Thanksgiving because of the weather forecast.
Yeah, they forecast snow, so my parents came up early, and we had 2 lovely days with them.
We did. We had some good turkey.
We made all the delicious foods.
All the delicious foods, mac and cheese, and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, and then we spent a lot of time stitching, watching Christmas movies.
Yep. They left Friday morning, and we left Friday afternoon to go to my family to celebrate Thanksgiving. We had a good time. We did the lunch, and then Nicole handled the Thanksgiving supper, which was really good. And we mostly just visited. I don't think we did a whole lot.
No, we helped your mom put up her Christmas decorations.
Yeah, we put up her tree and helped put up her outside stuff and that. So it was fun.
Once again, it was just a nice day of visiting,
and we got home really late. And then the next day was snow. I woke up and snow covered everything. I think we got like 6 or 7 inches.
Yeah,
of snow.
I love snow.
We do. We both love snow, especially when we don't.
And it was nice because we didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, her parents were home safely, so it was nice to wake up to the snow. It did start to rain towards the end of it and kind of reduce the amount, but we had like 6 or 7 before it did that.
Yeah, and then we got some more snow. So we still have, we're both, I think, looking out the window right now. We still have maybe 2-ish inches still on the ground.
Something like that, yeah. Our driveway's still a little bit covered, not super bad, but yeah,
it doesn't get as much sunlight this time of year.
It doesn't. So we have a lot of snow, and it feels good to have the start of December with snow.
I know in my brain that it's still autumn, but in my heart it's winter time.
Feel like the snow miser.
No.
I do like when it snows. So that was some of the big things, and then one of the things of note this month is stitching related is I did finish my RPG character challenge. So the website's up and all that, and I have a video I released about it which you could check out if you're interested in that. But at the end, when we talk a little bit about our plans or our games, I'm going to talk a little. I have some ideas. I know some people were concerned because they're prolific stitchers, much more so than I am each month. So I have some thoughts on how, if you're like 20, 30,000 stitches a month, how you might adjust the sheet for that.
Yeah, but Michael does have an in-depth video, so if you're interested in watching that to hear more about his challenge, you can check that out on our channel.
Yeah, and Other than that, that was the life stuff. It was a busy month.
Yeah.
Very busy.
And December's equally as busy.
This time of year is always busy. I look ahead like a few months and I'm like, we have a lot of open time, and then it gets to be that time. I'm like, we don't have any open time. Yeah. So yeah, it was a good month, but very busy. But yeah, we can get ready to jump into our stitching stuff. I think. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay. I don't have any fully finished objects.
I have 3.
Okay. Well, why don't you start then?
Okay, so the first one is something that I'm wearing. This is something that I showed as a finish last time. The pattern is Merry Friends. Oh, something fell. Merry Friends Towels by Stony Collection. And it is this one down here, which, it's the same.
It's the same.
I don't know that I need to show you this, but there are 2 patterns on here, so sometime I'll do that other one. I started this as one of my 12 Days with No Friends starts last year in 2024, and then I finished it. Yeah, and it looks beautiful. All I had to do was wash it, and I have washed it, I think, 3 times since then, because I brought this on our trip to Branson, so right there. Yeah, she used I used 14 count water soluble Aida, and I stitched it with the called for colors 2/1. Yeah, I'm excited with how it turned out.
I have yet to use the water soluble Aida, but I have a project.
I just think it's so cute.
So it's a great Christmas shirt. Yeah, you got a number of compliments.
So now I've got a shirt that I can wear. Yeah. You'll probably see me wearing it at the Jingle Ball.
Yes, shortly. It's in a few hours. Yeah. So yeah, that was one of your finished objects.
That was one of them. The other one I'm going to have to insert a picture. I decided to take part in our friend Jason X Stitches, the Winter Connection, which was an ornament exchange. So I stitched up an ornament that I had stitched for myself 2 or 3 years ago, I think. It's a Satsuma Street ornament called Snow Buddy. And I had enough sequins left over in the kit that I knew I was going to be able to stitch it again. So when I heard about Jason's challenge, I thought, ooh, okay, I can stitch this for a stitchy friend. So I did ship that off, and I think it's supposed to arrive to the recipient's house today, maybe. So I need to check the tracking on that. But yeah, so that was so much fun. I had so much fun participating in that. We'll see if I get an ornament in return. I'm sure you will. It's exciting. We don't check our mail every day, so. We don't. It's not right out the front of our house, unfortunately. No. So that was my second fully finished. It was a start and finish. And then the third one that I did is another start and finish, and that is Mistletoe Couple Gnomes by Jim Shore for Mill Hill. And I wanted to stitch this in celebration of our 10th anniversary, and it's so cute. So after we got home from our trip, I started it, and I just worked on it until it was finished. Oh, that's super cute. And that's how it turned out. I like it. I know, it's so cute. Look at all those. There's a lot of backstitching on this. I can see that, that's for sure. Yeah, but it just gives it so much definition and design. I stitched this with kit-provided materials on the perforated paper that came in the kit. And I stitched, I think it called for 3/1, and that's what I did, which makes it nice and vibrant. And then when I went to finish it, I had this piece of baker's twine that I thought was going to look nice with it. So I just cut a piece of that, and then I used this dark green adhesive felt on the back. So now it's ready to go on our tree. Actually, it wasn't on our tree, and I had to take it off. So. But that was the other thing we put up our tree before Thanksgiving. Put it back on our tree, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. So it's just a cute little celebration piece. I love it. Yep. Yeah, but I did not have any fully finished objects. I did not have any cross stitch finishes. I have 4. I have a finish, but it's not cross stitch. It's actually crochet. So. Okay. Exciting. Okay, I guess it's the me show. It is the you show right now. So this first one is from the book. Oh, you want the book? Hold on. I know that you have it in your pile. It's okay. It's in my pile. That's all my pile is mostly whips. So you can take mine. That's fine. So it's from this book, Cross Stitch the Forest by Max Pigeon. And I did a stitch along with some of my stitchy friends. We are on the Zooms. You know how it is when your friends enable you to stitch something. And so they talked me into stitching this, which is Autumn Drizzle. I like it. It was from like the autumn section of the book. And this is my finish. I ended up stitching most of this on our trip. I think when I showed it to you last time, I had finished the mountains and like one of these little trees. And then I brought it on our trip because the trees were at their peak and I knew it was just going to be kind
of... It's quite all right.
Christmas lights are falling. I knew it was going to be a fun celebration of the trees around us and kind of the beauty of the landscape as we were driving. So yeah, I had a finish.
She did make some minor alterations.
I don't remember if it was on the way home or if it was while we were still there. I don't know. But I stitched this on 18 count stone by Faber on a Whim. And I stitched this, I think, with one thread, 1/1. There are a lot of 3/4 stitches in this. So because I used one strand and because I did this on 18 count, I do feel like there's some spaces in here where you can't see branches and things, but I'm okay with it. I also did make a change at the top. This pattern is called Autumn Drizzle because there's rain in it. And rain is not my favorite. So I decided to add more birds and kind of make it like it was a larger flock of birds traveling.
Migrating.
Yeah, for the seasons. Where we live, we're near the Mississippi River, so we do see a lot of migrating birds.
We do. We see
in autumn.
A lot of them in autumn. This is close to the time of year we start seeing eagles and stuff too.
So yeah, I just need some sort of way to finish this. I have a couple of ideas, but I already put some backing on it so that it will be ready to fully finish whenever I find how I'm going to do that. Another one that I started and finished this month was Autumn Splendor by Brenda Gervias, which is so cute.
It is very cute.
And here is my finish. Yay. I stitched this with most of the called for colors. I think I had a little over half of what was called for, and then the other ones I just kind of looked through my overdyed threads and substituted. But I stitched this on 40 count Suede by Needle Bling Designs. I stitched this with one thread, 1/2. And yeah, I love how it turned out. So I need to decide how I'm going to finish this so that I can have it out next autumn.
Yeah.
But I really like how it turned out.
Yeah, it's a beautiful pattern.
It's cute. It's small.
It's cute and small.
And it has a bird.
Yeah.
Another one that I started and finished was Colors of Fall. This, I was encouraged by our friend Nithya. So in our comments of our last video, I had mentioned that no one had talked me into doing a sal November yet. And Nithya was like, let's solve that. Are you tired of autumn? And I was like, no, I'm not tired of autumn.
How can you be tired of autumn?
Let's do it. So Nithya had a Prairie Schooler. Yeah. Nithya had a Prairie Schooler piece that she wanted to do that celebrated something she loved about autumn. And when we were on our trip, Epi Stitch Me, I saw this pattern and I was like, ooh, look at those leaves. Yeah. This is going to be good. So this was my piece that I used, and we called our stitch along the Leaves Dream Sal after a line in a poem by Mary Oliver, talking about kind of the season of autumn, the changes that are taking place and celebrating the beautiful things about the season. So one of my favorite things about the season are the leaves. So I thought, what a perfect way to celebrate that. And
she's done with it.
Here's my finish. So you will see, I decided to chop off the words. I do really love this font, and I hope that Robin Pickens uses it again. But I just really wanted to focus on
the center.
Yeah, the leaf design. I also omitted some of the yellow stippling. I felt like in some areas it was kind of distracting.
I could see that.
From the leaves. So I just made it so that there's 3 lines in each of those rows.
It looks really nice the way
and
you
I
did
just kind of did it
yeah.
in a way that made sense to me. So you'll see this is quite large. I did this on a 10 count fabric. So I did this on 10 count lamb's wool by Wishult. And I used 4 strands of DMC, 4/1. So it gives us this nice, vibrant, like really chunky, it's very dimensional.
I feel like you probably could have done that stitching. With pearl cotton too.
I could have, but it's just so many colors
that
I didn't want to go through that, and I wanted to stitch it right away. So I had all the called for DMC colors, so yeah, I just used 4 strands, and I love how this looks. So I have interfaced it. I interfaced it because the holes are quite large on 10 count, and I was afraid that with these little single stitches down here that you were gonna see that through the back. So I put the interfacing on before I did that part.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, but I have that on there so I can decide if I'm gonna do this a pillow or a frame. I'm not sure. But it's ready, and I'm so excited. And Nithya, I had so much fun stitching an autumn piece with you. I love it. It's good.
Yeah, turned out great.
It's good. And then the last one was another start and finish.
She's just starting and finishing.
I was on a roll, people. I was on a roll. And that was Holiday Glow by Satsuma Street. I started this Thanksgiving weekend. Yes, it was after we finished our Thanksgiving.
After we finished our Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was that Saturday when we were
snowed in.
Snowed in. Holiday Glow. And here's how mine turned out. Oh,
I like the fabric choice.
This is so good. I ended up stitching this on 14 count Cobbler by Be Stitch Me. I picked this fabric up when we were shopping at Be Stitch Me.
Oh.
I know. Because I had a fabric picked out for this pattern, and then I decided I didn't want to use it. So when we were there, I was like, ooh, I could find the right fabric that I want.
And you did.
I saw this and I was like,
the opalescent looks
one.
Great on that.
I know, it's so cool. I've never stitched on a 14 count opalescent, and I really liked it. So I used the Call for Colors 2/1. And the only change that I made was there are two, it's a silver and a gold. There's a silver and a gold in this pattern that are supposed to be done in Light Effects thread, but because I'm using the opalescent fabric, I decided to just use the same number in regular DMC. Yeah, instead. And I like how it turned out. I don't think it's missing anything with all the sparkle that's going on.
The sparkles definitely got you covered on that. So.
Yeah, I just love this design. I think it's so cute. And yeah, it's ready for FFO.
Do you know how you're going to finish?
I have no idea. But I love it, and it's cute. And I can't wait to see it.
I like it too.
I know. It's good. Okay.
Awesome.
Those are my finishes.
So that is all the finishes we have, minus our non-cross-stitch finishes. But all right, I think we next have up our starters. I have a start.
I have none. I finished everything I started.
That figures. Okay. Well, I have a start. I have one start.
I finished all those things I started.
This is it's actually a frame start, essentially. When you see what it is, you'll kind of know what I mean. But this is called Birds of Weather. It's a temperature chart. And so I've decided on this one to go ahead and start the frame, which you can't really even see the frame hardly on this printout.
It's a temperature chart, which you're doing the temperatures for next year?
For next year.
So you decided to start the frame now.
All the temperatures will be done starting January. But I decided to start the frame because you can do the basic outline on the birds in black and the frame, which is trees, ahead of time. Which, I mean, you can stitch it as you go too. But I decided to go ahead and start it. So I did this on, let me see. This is on 20 Count Posh by Fortnite Fabrics. Make sure it's right side up. It is not right side up. I just said that too. So this is this is as far as I am. I did have to make a slight alteration to the gray color called for. I think it called for number 3, and I ended up having to shift it brighter than that. I think it's
when we did a floss toss, we thought it was going to show up, but then in the actual stitching, you're just using one strand.
I'm just using one strand, so it really did not show up. So I switched to a much lighter gray, and it pops really nicely then on that with the birds here. So I actually had to undo all those branches you see just about. I undid all those. I did like a small section, and I started on with the new color, and I just kind of followed behind, which made it easier to count from instead of trying to take it all out and then start from scratch. But it's turning out really nice so far. Those are the first 2 birds for January. The bottom one is actually a bird for a different month because it's 2 birds per month for the colors. This one actually has some tails that come down in the colors for that month. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is I'll open it up so you can kind of see the whole fabric. This is probably about the size it's going to be. So it's a pretty wide pattern, but it'll be a lot of fun. I've never done a temperature chart. before, and I thought this would be a fun one to do. I know I mentioned to Karen the Stitching Owl. She said she may or may not be interested in doing so. I'm not sure if she will, but she's certainly welcome to. Anybody else wanted to join, we can. I've never done temperature charts, so I thought it would be fun, and that's my first one to do. So if I like it, I may do some in the future.
That's fun.
But that was my start. That's probably, well, if you count the Froggy Nights, which I don't really want to count the Froggy Nights, but it's probably 3 or 4 nights maybe of stitching. But that was it. That is by Sprouting Lupine, as I said. I'm just using, like I said, the DMCs. I'm not going to go to fancy flosses on it, but so that is my only start.
Okay.
Just the one.
All right.
The rest are all already whips. But I have...
You had another start, which we're not going to show because it's a secret project.
Yes. The secret project does not get shown.
Yeah. But I think you did start that this month. Or did you start it last month?
I don't remember which month. It was.
I know you worked on it a lot.
I've been working on it a lot.
Yeah.
It's taken away from my Christmas stitching time and my autumn stitching because it's an important one. But so I have 8 whips, though, that I can show.
Okay.
I don't know how many you
have. I have 5.
So I guess I start? Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see here. The first one, actually, I probably should have taken it out of the bag. So this is the one I'm doing now. It's called Rainy Weather. This was I think I mentioned it in previous videos. This was one of the first patterns I did. Actually, the first Mill Hill I think I stitched. And it was lost in the fire, and I've always wanted to have it back. And Mel bought it for me twice now, since then, because we lost one of them. But this is where it is. I should probably do it on the dark. So this is where it's getting close to being finished.
It's so cute.
I did make a slight mix up in the colors on the leaf. I swapped 2 of the colors on accident, but I think it looks nice. I don't think you can hardly tell very much. So it's looking really cute. This is just using the kit called the kit fabric and floss 3/1. I don't remember. This was an I Spy. I didn't write all those down. Those are in my phone, but I know I did not complete all my I Spies this month, but I had other stitching that kind of. So, but this is this has been a special pattern for me because of its place in my stitching journey. So that was the first one I did. The second one I did is also a Mill Hill. So it's this one here. This is called Cardinal Forest. So I've been stitching on this one for a couple months at least, I think. And I'm making some good progress on this one. So this is where I am now.
Ooh.
So you can kind of see the outline of the one cardinals. All the missing spots on that one I think are mostly beads. And then I just started the other cardinal, and I filled in a lot of the greens and stuff that are along here over the course of the month. I think I filled in this pine cone. So I had a lot of these done. I might have filled in the last one, but so I made a lot of progress this last month. So it's coming together nicely. I'm pretty pleased with the progress, but this one is also just the called for fabric and floss 3/1. So it's been, or actually some of these are actually 2/1. It calls for.
You're just doing whatever it says.
I'm doing whatever it says because I figure this one they kind of know. But I've enjoyed this one a lot. It's got birds on it, so that's always fun. So that's my second one.
Okay.
Do you want to do one?
Yeah, I can do one. So my whip book calls for November. There were I know it was Give Greatly and Snow Day down here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. December, basically I can do whatever I want because these 2 were projects that I finished and then I had a free space.
So you can do whatever you want.
So I'm not going to stress about it.
I wouldn't stress. There's plenty of things to stitch.
But I'm pretty proud of myself for keeping up with this.
You did it.
The rest of the year. Yeah. Oh, okay. So the first one that I worked on was Give Greatly by Silver Creek Samplers.
Oh, yeah.
I started this one, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is where it's at today. So this time I focused on the Snow Friend. I filled in the rest of the scarf and their body and their arm. And I did the little bits of the rabbit's arm. And then I think I did a few of the snowflakes over in here. So I got a lot of stitching in. I think I ended up spending 3 nights on this. The third night was because there was a floss that we couldn't find, but then we finally found it.
Yeah, we did. I remember that now.
Yeah. But I just love how this is looking. I'm stitching this on a mystery fabric. It was from a mystery grab bag from Color and Cotton. I think it's a 40 count. And I'm using the called for DMC threads. 1/2.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah.
But it's not an official part of your 12-day Snow Friends sale. 12 days of Snow Friends.
Well, I mean, it was when I started it.
It was when you started.
So it is forever. This will be on my Whip Go board again this next year. And then the other one that I worked on was Snow Day by Cherry Blossoms. Cherry Blossom. I second guessed that in my head. And this is where it's at.
Oh, I like that one a lot.
This was one of those ones where I started this last year, and the day that I started it, I must have only had like an hour. So all I had was like a tiny little bit of the head. And I spent 3 nights on it, and I got so much progress on it.
Yeah, I like the cute little bunny and the bird.
I know, it's so cute. So I think I'll put this on my... I'll either work on it this month for Whip Go, or I'll put it on my board and I'll finish it next year, because I should be able to finish it in 2 or 3 nights. There's still some like berries on the vines. And then there's this bottom part of the snow globe, the base down there. I think that's most of what I have left.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot.
So I should be able to do this in 2 or 3 nights. Yeah. But it's so cute. And I'm stitching this on a 28 count test die by Fabrics by Stephanie. And I'm using the suggested DMC threads. It's called for an overdye. So I said no, thank you.
And it doesn't eat them. They look great.
It's so cute.
All right, so that was 2 of yours. Mm-hmm. Let's see, 2 of mine. This next one, I do have a cover sheet that's not in the right colors. Do you want an insert one, or magically wherever? Because this is one of my this is actually probably is my biggest project. Mm-hmm. This is my 63 USA National Parks project. Mm-hmm. This the one I've been working on is called Big Ben. No, is it Big Ben? No. Black Canyon. I need to update that. It's called Black Canyon. So this is how big it is right now. You can see I'm the one I'm making progress on. The other ones that are finished now. Mm-hmm. So I will go ahead and fold it up a little bit so I can bring it closer for you guys and gals, whatever. I don't want human beings. So there is the one I've been working on. I made some pretty good progress on this one. I got the sky is pretty much finished, and I've started in on the canyon part of it. There is I think a little river that comes down the center, maybe. I'm not sure. And the hillside. So I've really been enjoying this project. This is a pattern by Stitch and Madness on Etsy that you can get on there. And it is on 20 count fabric that we got at Needlework Galleria, and I don't really know that it has a name. No. But I'm just doing it 1/1 with a call for DMCs. It's a lot of fun. I did start a sale for this one that's just kind of ongoing, because this one's going to take me multiple years to finish. So it's called Stitch to the Wild Park sale, which I've listed those on the website, which I'll talk about later. But so yeah, this one's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying this one. This is number 7, I think, for me. So I think that might be, I have to see if I did it. I'm doing it long ways. I row 9 or row 7. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But it's looking good. So that one has been a lot of fun. Long way to go, but still enjoying every stitch of it. So that is my my national parks. And then the next one I have, this is a project that was inspired by Lauren Stitching by the Shore, because she started a gnome along. And
I forgot to mention my ornament was part of the gnome along. Oh yeah, because I was thought I'd never stitch a gnome.
I did not think I'd ever stitch a gnome.
But I just thought that was too cute. I had to stitch it.
And when she was doing her gnome, she announced her gnome along that she was doing. I said, well, I'll just browse and see. I don't think I'll find anything. And I'm stitching a gnome because I couldn't resist. And there's other gnomes that I have an eye on as well. So this is the one I'm doing, though. It's a Gandalf. Let's see, who is it? Gandalf Gnome PK. And it is by X Stitch Heroes. It's on Etsy, and it's Etsy shop. So this is part of our gnome along. And this, I made some decent progress this month on it. I think white is probably more appropriate. So this is where I am right now. As you can see, I finished his nose, and I started on his beard. So his there's his beard comes down. I think it's one of his arms comes along this side, and then there's an arm along this side. So that's why it's kind of cut off there. But it's coming along well. I still need to finish the side of his hat over here. And once I get that, I can move down to the rest of his body and that. But it's been a lot of fun. This one is stitched on, let me see. I'll hold it up while I'm talking about it. 20 count sea glass Aida by Mystic Fabrics. And I'm just doing it 1/1 with a called for DMCs. I haven't made any changes to this. So it's been a lot of fun. A lot more fun than I ever thought I'd have stitching a gnome. Thank you, Laura, for inspiring me, because that was a lot of fun to stitch on. So those are two more of my my whips that are going on.
Another one that I worked on a little bit this month was Put a Bird on It by Modern Folk Embroidery.
Oh, I do like that one a lot.
I was taking part in the stitch along hosted by EJ and Shelia, the Sunshine Stitchers. And I'm very far behind. I'm not going to finish it this year like so many who have participated in this sale are. But I've really enjoyed seeing everyone's progress on this. And I decided while Andrew was running the marathon, that this was going to be on my focus. And then I was going to work on Big Blue, because that's the largest part of this pattern and the part that intimidates me. And this was how much I got done.
Yeah.
While Andrew ran. So while Andrew was running the marathon, I just worked on this portion.
It's looking good.
I got a lot of stitches in while he was running.
You made really good progress.
Yeah, it looks great. And then also in the month, I finished this motif that was up here. I think I just had a little bit of it started. So I did finish that. And it's looking good. Yeah. I'm stitching this on 36 count Wild Mint by Atomic Ranch. And I'm using a color cotton thread, Eucalyptus, which is a lovely yellow-green, blue-green variegated thread. And the fabric is also kind of yellow-green, blue-green. So I really like the way that this looks. I'm excited to get back to this in the new year.
Yeah, it's a fun project. I can tell.
Yeah.
And you're doing it monochrome.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That isn't that project.
Was that two? That was two.
That was one, but go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
You have more than me.
I do have more.
I only have two left.
Oh, so I should probably go ahead. Okay. The next one is actually in this book.
Okay.
So this one, I need to open up the right page that I can actually show. I don't want to show the actual patterns. So this is the patterns that I'm been working on throughout the year, and the one I'm
it's called Passing Time.
It's called Passing Time. This is the autumn pattern. So I did the other two in season. So this this is winter. I think this was summer. This is spring. So this is the fall one that I started working on. This is probably going to be a focus the next couple weeks now that I'm making good progress because I want to finish it.
You've been trying to stitch them within their seasons.
I'm trying to stitch them within their seasons. So in order to finish that one within season, I need to be done by the 21st. So that gives me a timeline. But it stitches fast once you actually sit down and stitch on. I just haven't had as much time, but I did make some good progress. You can kind of see the sky coming into focus a little bit, and a little bit of the tree outline. So, so this one is stitched on. I think this is a 20 count black Aida. Just doing 1/1 with the call for. I mean, you don't really need to change most of his colors most of the time because he's such a good eye for colors. So yeah, I've been enjoying this. This has been a fun year-long project. You know, each season having something to look forward to. So yeah, that has been a fun project for me. Next one. Oh, this is the one that I'm hopelessly behind on. Then you have I think an insert you could put somewhere here because I don't. The only things I printed out are actual patterns, so I can't show it. But this is the Burrow Tails Sal that had been ongoing for a while. Do you think black probably? Maybe. Doesn't matter. All right. So this is my version of it. This is not the called fors at all, as you can tell, but I think it's looking really nicely. This one is was by Quaternion. It's the Sal she had that started at the beginning of this year, and is now finished, but I am not finished. I'm not the only one. I know Katie's still working on hers and some other people. So this is on 20 Count the Deep Aida by Live and Die LA. I am doing it 1/1 with a colored cotton conversion that I did. I'm using Glow Stick, which is the orange color, Snowflake, which is the white color, and that's the main color, and then Stardust is the greens. You can kind of see it doesn't really capture the green.
Here, hold it back further because it's kind of.
It's not really capturing the greens very well, but
you can definitely see it better in person.
You can definitely see that better in person. That's why I thought maybe going closer, but then I block out all the light. You can sort of see the greens a little bit there. So this one's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying stitching this one a lot.
You did a lot on this month.
I did quite a bit on this month. I'm using it for, I know I used this for one of the, let me start.
I think you used it for several of the I Spies.
Several of the I Spies. This kind of fits. The orange and the green are really nice highlight colors for the white. I think this turned out as well as I was hoping it would. I had a hard time getting going on this one because the fabric was actually harder to stitch on than I anticipated.
Is it going easier now that you have more of it stitched, or is it still?
It's going a little bit easier, but I mean, most of the Live and Die LA fabrics I had not any problems stitching on. I think the holes, I don't know if it just they shrunk a little bit more.
Maybe the dyeing is.
They're a little bit harder to actually see and work with, but I've been enjoying it now. Now that I've actually gotten going, that's actually the first 2 pages of the SAL. So there's another 9 or so, but I'm enjoying it now. So it'll keep coming out throughout the next several months. But those are 2 of my other whips.
Okay, another one that I worked on is Paisley by Stacey Nash.
I remember when you started that one.
Yes, I started this, I think, 2 or 3 years ago for one of my Snow Friends starts. And I brought this on our trip to Branson because all I have left on it is fill-in. So I worked on this in the car while we were driving down. And then I think the first hour of our drive back while we were in the car. Because I was in the back seat. And this is how it's looking. Yeah. So I think the blue was like here-ish. So I got all of this filled in. I like 5 hours.
I like the blue color you picked.
Driving.
It looks really nice.
I did decide to change it. It's called for in red. I had already stitched the companion piece, Whitaker, and I changed. I think I made the mittens this color, or
it just complements
something. It complements it better. I don't love red, and I wanted it to be more winterly, so I thought blue would be a good winterly color. My problem is that I'm gonna not have enough thread, so I'll have to get some more. I have enough that I can spend maybe another 5-hour session on it, but
you'll get relatively close.
But I was excited that I was able to get some progress in on it, and it was nice to just stitch in the car and not have to worry about a pattern or anything.
Yeah, I like it. Paisley. All right. The next one, I think this is one of my oldest projects. I think that was one of the I Spy prompts. I'm sorry, Laura, I didn't actually write them down. They're on my phone. That's where I tracked most of them. But this is Love is NES. This is the actual pattern here. This is the cover sheet, not the pattern. But this was by Pixel Perfect Patterns.
They don't exist.
They don't exist anymore on Etsy, unfortunately. So this one pattern.
You got this like 5 years ago.
I got it like 5 years ago, and I suspect since it's Nintendo property, they probably got told to take it down. But I don't know for sure. But I got it when I saw it because I was like, I really love these are a lot of the games that I grew up with. Original NES games. And so I thought I could turn I don't really necessarily want to stitch hard, but I could turn those into ornaments, which is what I've been, I'm debating whether I want to use to actually put the name of the characters, the name of the game below them when I turn them into ornaments.
Okay.
So this is what I got so far. So there's like 11 there. A lot of these I've stitched on before, but a lot of you may or may not know some of these games are. But the one I was working on, let me fold it up a little bit so I can show you a little bit closer view of it. So this is the one I worked on and I finished. This is Little Mac from Punch Out or Mike Tyson's Punch Out, depending on which version you played. He's a boxer. Most of you probably those of you who played it can tell, but You may not know. You might be able to tell that from just the picture. But Little Mac was a boxer in the game that you go through the ranks with. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to stitch on again. Like I said, you gave me the alphabets that I could choose from, so I think I'm gonna start stitching some of the names this month.
Yeah, I think I sent you in the direction of Lord Libidin. There are a bunch of free.
There's a lot of free,
like backstitch fonts.
Yeah,
are they stitch or are they a backstitch?
They're both.
It might be a mixture.
There's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna choose one of those ones. I think I'm gonna start putting either. I have to really make the decision. Do I stitch the names of the characters, which might be fun, but not everybody will know where it's from, or do I stitch the name of the game? Maybe you guys can weigh in and let me know what you think. But that's really what's holding me up from actually putting the finishing touches, then they cut him out and making them fully finished objects. So that was the oldest project I have, and I probably started that. If I could look at my sheet, I could probably tell you when, but it's at least 2 years old. It might be 3.
Yeah, I think 3.
3 years old. And then my last whip. This is also an older one, but not quite as old. This is the Kringle Flying Academy. Kringle Flying Academy. That's the actual pattern by Silver Creek Samplers. This one I started last year, I think, or so the year before.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but this is where I am on this. This is on 18 count. Oh, the other one I forgot to say. The other the Elven NES is on 18 count slate fabrics by Stephanie, and I'm doing it. I think I was doing most of them 2/1. I think I did that guy 1/1. But this one is on 18 count Cardiff opalescent by Live and Die LA. You can definitely see the opalescent. It looks really nice. And I'm doing it 1/1 with the call fours, and I had most of the deer stitch, but I did have there's a lot of fill-in. You can see the other color brown that's in there. That's what I've been working on the last couple days. I think I worked on that this week. And I'm getting ready to start. There's like houses below here and more houses over here. I think I'm going to work on that this week because I think it'll fit Laura's I Spy for this month. Some of the stuff here, like on the roof, what you see on the rooftops.
Okay,
that definitely fits. So that's where I am on that one. I've been enjoying this one. It got put away at the end of last Christmas season. Didn't get taken.
I think you worked on it for Christmas in July.
Oh, that's right, I did.
I
worked on it a little bit in Christmas in July, but other than that, it's kind of been put away. So see what kind of progress I can get on that this month. So that is my last whip.
Okay, and then my last whip is Quaker Christmas 2 by Bygone Stitches. I decided that I wanted to, so in July I had pulled out and tried to do 1 strand a day. And I thought, well, I won't be able to keep up with 1 strand a day, but I'm going to pull 25 strands and then try to get all those in at some point this month. So yesterday I pulled out my 25 strands and I got 13 of those strands in because I did a lot of stitching.
So you made good progress on it.
I did, and this is how it's looking now.
Oh.
Yeah. So I am stitching this on a 32 count limited edition fabric by Color and Cotton, and I'm using a Miss Dye Hank, also from Color and Cotton, of thread. It's like a medium to dark green, variegated green. The pattern calls for you to do like mostly red and a little bit of green, and I'm doing it backwards, so I'm doing mostly green with a little bit of red. And my focus that I did the 13 strands on is this central piece. So this whole motif is spread out over 6 pages.
Oh my
That was why I hadn't gotten to it yet. So this top part was spread over 2 pages, and then the bottom part is spread out over 4 pages. So I thought, okay, now's the time to finally tackle this. So it's easier for me to continue the pattern down. So yesterday I had a Zoom with some friends and I worked on this whole top part. And then I think this little thing here, those needed to be stitched. And then I came down and I worked on this all last night while we were watching TV after dinner and watching Flosstube after dinner. Catching up on all of the Flossmas videos.
All the Flossmas videos.
So that's what I worked on. So I'm excited with that. I think I'll be able to get the other 12 strands in at some point this month. But I'm loving getting more progress on this. This is a large, the halfway point vertically on this pattern is right underneath this tree. So I still do have a lot to go. And I need to figure out what red color I'm going to use for the red still. So I don't know if I'm halfway on this pattern or not, but I'm getting close to halfway, I think. So that's exciting because I started this 3 years ago.
That is really fun.
Yeah. Excitement.
And that's the last of our whips?
That's the last of our whips.
Last of our whips. There's a lot of whips. We actually had a lot of whips this month. Take some water.
I'm having a hot moment.
Hello, this is Editing Michael. We apparently forgot to talk about my ATC card that I got from Laura's exchange that she did this fall. The theme was Earth and Fire, and I got this cute little guy. This was from Elise, and it is a fire salamander. I'll read part of the back just so she gave some information about it. The salamander has been known in many cultures' folklore to be associated with fire, earth, and water. From ancient Greece through the Renaissance, various myths of salamanders emerging from fire were written by many authors. So this guy's a fire salamander found in Europe, and he's very poisonous. So she actually did the leaf design as well with some with paint and acrylics, and he's super cute. So I was able to connect with her, which is a lot of fun. We share some of the same interest in Stardew Valley, and I was excited to get this. This is my first ATC exchange, but I think I will probably be doing it again in the spring because I really enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll allow myself a little bit more time to actually create the stitch thing so I can work on creating the card and doing some fancier stuff with my card this year. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Definitely, if you haven't done it before, I would encourage you. Even somebody who's not as crafty with some other crafts was able to get it a nice card created, and hopefully next time I'll be able to do something a little fancier. Thank you, Laura. I'm looking forward to the next exchange.
We do just want to say thank you to all the people that we've been stitching with.
Yeah, it's been fun to be able to take part in Zooms and
it's been
stitch with people.
So fun to spend. We spent so much time stitching with other people, visiting, talking about life and the things that are bringing us joy, and just encouraging one another. It's been such a good, positive experience for us.
I mean, it's just such a great community to be a part of, and just being able to join in on all these Zooms throughout the month has been a lot of fun.
We're so looking forward to reconnecting with some people this weekend at the Jingle Ball.
Yes.
And we hope that if you found our channel by meeting us this weekend, that we can stay connected.
Yeah, and I suspect we'll probably see a few of the same faces in on the speed dating. If you do speed dating, we'll let you know if we do, but I suspect as much just based on past experiences.
It just means so much to us to be a part of this community, and so many of you have welcomed us into your hearts and your homes.
And it's just a special community to be a part of. So, but other than that, we can move on to I guess we have some purchases or project enhancements.
We had some purchases.
Since we went to be Stitch Me, of course we had some project enhancements. I don't have the crochet one. It's actually in the basket.
Okay, we'll grab it before we do the other crafts.
But let's see. Let me get kind of straightened out. Do you have your stuff ready, I'm guessing?
I do. Do you want me to go grab that so that we're not thinking about it?
Yeah, I guess so. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride a horse open sleigh. Hey! It is the time to be merry, is it not? So, and it's so beautiful out. It's perfect time to be merry. Do you want me to start with my haul, or do you want to start with haul? It doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah.
So
you want to start with what? Pattern, fabric?
I had fabric first. Okay. So I mean, I don't know if that's where you had first.
You got way more than I did.
Okay, so I got.
In general, Michael did all the spending.
Yeah, I don't have as much restraint as
I mean, I did get that pattern, the Colors of Fall, which I finished, and I got that cobbler fabric that I did the birds on that I already used. So
yeah, but so fabrics I couldn't help myself. There's so many Stitch Me fabrics I wanted, and I didn't even get all of the ones I liked, but
they have beautiful fabric.
Yeah, they do have very beautiful fabrics. I kind of organize these by count.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have any 16 count, but I do have.
No.
So this one is called Merlot, 16 count. It's an opalescent.
Ooh.
And it's just beautiful. Like, I think that'll be a Christmas project at some point here. So I saw that. I was like, they didn't have it in anything but 16 count, which is fine with me. So that's the first one I purchased. I also got this one here is 18 count. I only have one 18 count, but I couldn't resist this one either. Let me open it up so you can kind of see the colors. So this one is called Red, White, and Boom. It's an opalescent fabric as well. Though this one is harder to tell.
Well, I think just because
of the when you get a little closer, you can see. But I do like this one. I don't know what I'll stitch on this one, but it's so different. I was like, I need to get this so I can stitch something on it. I can't not have it, right? I mean, okay, that's just me. I don't know. Then I also have, this is a 22 count. I'm trying to experiment a little bit with those. I don't know if I like it, how much I like them, but this is, you can see the pinks and purples.
Nice.
This is called Punch. So I like the coloration on this. I do tend to pick a little bit bolder colors, as you know. So that is a 22 count. So I will have fun playing around on that. Don't know what I'll stitch on that yet either, but so that's 3 of them. The next ones I have are all 18 count.
Okay.
So this one, I think a lot of people have seen this one. This is called Dirty Chalkboard. That's been a pretty popular one for a lot of people. This is a 20 count. So I do like the coloration on that one. I think I saw this in somebody's video. I was like, that would be a good one to have. So there is that one. The next one is called A Little Sassy. And it is a little sassy. You can see it's sassy.
Sassy.
I'm trying to see so you can get all the coloration. There's a lot of different color variations on this one. So don't know what I'll stitch on that. I know sometimes I have an idea for a color for a pattern that I want to stitch on. I don't think I had any projects in mind for any of these, except for the red. The red one I have maybe an idea on, but the next one, the name alone kind of caught my eye. This one is called Middle Earth.
No one is surprised.
You know me, I love Lord of the Rings, but this one is really beautiful green and it's like a peach tan color. This one is going to be fun to stitch on as well. They're all going to be fun to stitch on. What am I saying? And this one, there's no surprise. This one's called Heat Wave. There'll be no surprise that I got this one because it's super bold and bright. Don't know what I'll stitch on it or what you might want to stitch on it. I don't know. You can stitch on any of these too.
Yeah.
But the next one is called Gold Rush, which is like a nice bright goldish color. I love the modeling. I guess I like deeper modeling. I don't like the subtle modeling quite as much. It's okay, but I like the more bolder ones. And then, even though I have a lot of bluish ones, Laura won't blame me if I got another blue because this one is called Black Ice. That's just a beautiful fabric. Like I have no idea what I'll stitch on it, but that's so beautiful. I could not pass that one up. If you stitched me, you did some really great work on these. And I appreciate it. So that is all my fabric.
Okay, I got 3 other fabrics. I got this 28 count Opal Neptune.
Ooh. I like it.
And then I also got a 36 count Sugar Cream Pie. It's a nice neutral.
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen a few people had that one.
And I also got 36 count Evergreen.
Oh, yeah. I debated on that one. The pretty one.
Yeah, so I like all those. I know I'll use them.
Yeah. I think how many patterns did you? I have more patterns than I do.
I only have 2.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
I already stitched one of them.
You already stitched one?
So I have 2 more.
So I got a few non-fabric, non-pattern things. So I got a couple of their silks that I've never stitched on silk. But I got a red and green for obvious reasons for Christmas. This one is called Chive and one is called Poinsettia. So those will be really fun to stitch with. I don't know exactly which project I'll stitch them on, but I just got some new tapestry needles to try. These are Mary Arden needles. I've been trying different brands to see what I like. Oh, this one. This is the scissor fob that I bought myself.
Oh, yeah.
I needed to change out my scissor fob from... So it's just a leaf. It's kind of autumny themed. And now it's getting towards winter, so...
Autumn will come again.
Autumn will come again, I know. So that is my scissor fob. And then I got this needle binder. So, sort of. And it says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. I don't know, everybody knows what that's from. It also kind of matches my shirt. Sort of. So, so this is the non-fabric, non-pattern ones. And I got a few patterns because I couldn't resist. She has way more strength. She has way more strength than I do. I couldn't help myself. So this is by Silver Creek Samplers. This is called Flake It Till You Make It. This is going to be a part of Mel's 12 Days of Christmas Friends.
That one's cute.
Snow Friends, Al. I had to have something to stitch on. I really like this one. The cute little bird making a snowman. So that one will be fun to stitch. And I got a couple flossy Fox Shop ones that I have had my eye on for a little while. This one is Monochrome Fantasy. Now I might not necessarily use the ones they're using in here, but it'll be a variated some color of some sort. I have a number of ones I could choose from, and possibly we could go to Color and Cotton. I could also pick something out specifically for this if I need to, because there's quite a bit of stitching. And I don't know if I have enough of one specific color to stitch the whole thing. So there is that one. This is another flossy Fox Shop I got called Ghost Stories. But this one is a lot of fun. I've had my eye on that one for a while.
That's a you pattern.
This is definitely a me pattern. You can tell. There's a lot of them I like. This one's a lot of fun. So, don't know what fabric I'll stitch on that one on, but and I got a stitch grip pattern, which I've also thought was really cool, called Witching Well. This is also a me pattern. You see a theme. This one could be part of a pumpkin sale next year, or birthday sale. There's pumpkin. So I have that in mind, Laura. I have a lot of pumpkin patterns. And I got one by Janina Designs. Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Called Pine Hollow. There's a number of these there. This is, I think, was my favorite one, but there's other ones that are like cabin by in the woods by some kind of body of water or something like that. This one's fun. That might be a springish or summerish pattern. And then I got the Winter Forge Sampler by Stitch Sprout, which I don't think I've ever stitched anything by them before. But that one looked fun. I like mushrooms and things. So those are my patterns I got.
The other ones that I got were Reindeer Cheer by Counting Puddles.
Oh, I do like that one. As soon as I saw that at the shop, I said, "This is a Melanie pattern."
Yeah. And On a Low Branch by Mojo Stitches. I so enjoyed watching Contented Needleworker Kim working on this. She did it on a beautiful pink. I'm thinking about doing it on this evergreen that I got. But I'm planning on starting this for my birthday in March. So I was very excited that they had it there because I've been looking for it at all of these places that I've gone to this year.
Ta-da!
Yeah, it was exciting. So now I have this pattern.
Okay.
We also put in an order to 123 Stitch.
We did, yes.
Michael got some Easy Grid fabric.
I got some Easy Grid fabric, which I'll talk about the project that's going on this when playing.
And I got a 32 count opalescent raw.
Oh, yeah.
For our project. Potential.
Yeah. I think that was it. Except for some maybe floss or whatever. But so yeah, that is it for our project enhancements, which I like to call them. Next up, we have our stitching plans. And yeah, so there's a number of plans I have. You saw one of them, which is the Birds of Weather.
Okay.
I'm going to keep working on the frame. I don't think I'll get it all the way finished, but I'll get a good jump on it.
Yeah.
So that one I'll be stitching on. I'm going to finish passing time and work on Burrow Tails. in parks. Those are all one kind of standing ones that I kind of stitched at least a little bit through each month. Mm-hmm. But I have a couple patterns I'm going to be starting. Mm-hmm. Actually, probably in an hour, maybe an hour or less.
Ooh, during the Jingle Ball?
During the Jingle Ball.
Okay.
These are my Jingle Ball patterns. So one of them is in this book here. Oh. Garfield, A Very Merry Christmas. And I don't think I can actually show it unless there's a...
I think there's a page with pictures.
Yeah, there is a page with pictures. You're right. You knew it. So it is... Let's see, which one is it? I think it is... Where did it... There it is. It's in the middle. It's on this red pillow right here. It's that little... The one on the red pillow in the middle. That's my little Garfield Christmas. It's a Santa. It's called Santa something. Mm-hmm. Santa. Here's Santa. It's called, and I'm going to be stitching it on this fabric here. This is just. I think this is an 18 count oatmeal, rustica oatmeal. Mm-hmm. I think it'll look really nice on that. Mm-hmm. I like stitching on rustica oatmeal sometimes. It's a nice. So that'll be one of my starts for the Jingle Ball, and then I have a couple matching. So the first one is I am here to tell the story. Gonzo. And then Drizzle the rat, and I am here for the food. So matching patterns of Muppets. No one is the least bit surprised by that, probably. And I picked out this fabric here. I don't think I wrote down.
It's Keepsake.
It's like a 20 count Keepsake by Mystic Fabrics. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a orange, peachy, almost tan kind of color. Mm-hmm. I think it'll look real nice for both of those. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm planning on finishing them as pillows, I think, so I can put them out in the season together. No one's even surprised at the least bit that I'll be stitching those. I don't think. So those are a couple ones that are coming out. And then I have my pattern that I'm going to be starting for the... I'm going to use it for the Threadwalker adventure that Steph...
Oh, yes. Steph from Wild Fox Stitchery is doing this stitch-along, stitching challenge called the Threadwalker...
The Threadwalker Adventure or Saga or something. I forget that. I will put the actual name down below. Sorry, Steph. It's a wonderful game. You definitely should check it out. She's got a whole video about it.
Basically, you kind of create a character and then you take them on an adventure through your stitching by stitching a certain number of stitches.
You have a certain number of stitches for each challenge that you need to work through to level up, and then there's different encounters as you're going. Mm-hmm. She has a fun little story she talks about and explains it all. It's just, it's great. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I have to do that. And so I picked out a pattern that I'm also starting a sal with. Mm-hmm. Katie and I have been talking about this. Katie from Jeremiah's mom has been talking about this a little bit. This was inspired by her Yggdrasil pattern she's working on. Mm-hmm. And I found this Tree of Life Yggdrasil pattern on Etsy that I'm going to be using for it, and it's going to go on this gridded.
That's why you got the.
That's why I got the gridded. We're gonna start a sal. I think tentatively right now, her and I have thrown hashtags about. I think we're going to call it Yggdrasil Woo, because every time I see an Yggdrasil thing, I think of Jeremiah. I just love it. It makes me smile and my heart go happy. So. We're gonna. I don't know if we're starting. It might be the first of the year. I think we're gonna be starting it. I'll have to double check with Katie. Katie, if you have thoughts on when you'd like to start that, let me know. But I think we have a picture of the pattern I can put up to show you which pattern I'm doing. But you don't have to do this particular pattern if you want to join us on stitching some kind of an Yggdrasil tree. Just use the hashtag so we can tag us so we can kind of watch your progress on that. I think we're going to start that in the first of the year, but I'll have to double check with Katie. I'm excited about that. Both be doing the sal with Katie, but also using it for Steph's challenge, because that'll be a lot of fun. That game she has. So, and then I'm going to do the Snow Friends, at least a Snow Friend with your 12 Days of Snow Friends, I think, Sal. And those are most of my plans. The other plan is coming up, which I'll talk a little about in our game section, which is my RPG character challenge. I'll just have little updates of ideas I have for help people who might be struggling if they're prolific stitchers, which is my RPG character challenge. So I think those are most of my plans. I do have some new starts that I don't know exactly. Oh, I do have one. Actually, I do have some of those. So there is one ornament on here I have not stitched from the Snoopy. This is just Christmas Heirlooms by Priscilla, And the one I have not stitched, I believe, is this one with the sled.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll have stitched all 4 of them, and I might pass the pattern on to your mom to let her stitch them, because I know she's interested in them. Okay. These have been a lot of fun to stitch. I'm looking forward to fully finishing them this year. This will be the last of those. And I have a couple other things I've been considering starting. One of them is I'm going to do an ornament or 2 off of this, the Cryptid Christmas. I know I did the Yeti last year, or was it last year? I know, was it Amity or was it Aaron? Aaron did, I think. The little jackalope, which I might do that.
Several people have done.
That's the one I remember seeing it first. I know other people have done them as well, but so I might do that one. I might do some of the other ones on there, and I know I would like to stitch this little cat in the window looking out the window. That's one I would like to stitch. I have actually. I don't remember where I found that pattern. I did bring it in. There's a set of like Hermie and Rudolph and that I found some
from Heartstring Samplery
that I might also do some. So I have a lot of Christmas stitching planned. I just haven't. I've had Christmas gifts to stitch first.
Yeah.
So those have a timeline.
Michael undertook some gifting.
Yeah, projects. And I probably should have started them earlier. But they're getting closer now. So
yeah.
Those are a lot of my big plans. Like I said, I'll talk about the RPG thing in our game section. But what are your plans?
Okay, well, my big plan for December, of course, is my 12 Days of Snow Friends. So I have my bag of potential. I've got like 30 things that I could start in those 12 days. So I'm thinking about doing a Flossmas.
Oh.
And so it'll go the 11th to the 23rd if you're interested in following along with my 12 Days of Snow Friend stitching. And each of those days I'm going to start a different snow friend pattern. I think I'm going to do a wheel this year.
I'm excited.
And do it randomly. Earlier this summer, I kind of looked through and made sure that I had, that I could kind of think, like, I have a fabric for this. I have thread that I could use for this. So that I could start any of these and not have to pre-plan them and try doing it randomly. I haven't done that yet. This is my 4th year doing this. And the other years, I kind of planned ahead what I was going to do. And this year, I'm going to try to wing it and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about doing videos. The first one that I'll do will be on the 11th, and it's going to be a kind of a parade of everything that's in here that could be my potential. And then we'll do 12 days of stitching Snow Friend. So if you want to join me in stitching a Snow Friend this month, please tag me. I want to see all the Snow Friends. Please enable me to buy some more.
If you were ever a designer, you would be a Snow Friend designer.
You told me that last night.
I know I did. I think about that now. I was like, she would definitely be a Snow Friend designer.
For the Jingle Ball this weekend, I have a few potential things.
I don't think I've
One
seen
of them
yet.
is Evergreen by Prairie Schooler.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I got that 32 count opalescent for. The raw opalescent. I think that will look good on that. I'm thinking about stitching these individually and then making them either like ornaments or doing some kind of quilted thing.
Possibly.
I haven't decided. So I might not start this today because I feel like I need to make some decisions on it. But this is potentially a start. Our friend Laura recently fully finished the owl and it's cute. And I just really like it. So there's that. I also have 2 smaller projects. So I've had Santa's Tree Farm by Brenda Gervias, which I had kitted up to start the summer and did not start. So I think it's something I could do while I'm chatting with people. And I also have a Milk Hill kit, the Santa and Cardinal Birdhouse, that I also think would be easy. This might be the one that I start with today, and then we'll kind of go from there and see what happens the rest of the weekend. As far as stitching goes, I do have a Christmas start planned. I'm thinking about doing the Quaker Christmas Sampler by Kathy Barrick, and I'm going to be doing the longer one and turning it into a bell pull.
Ooh.
I just need to figure out my fabric. I need to make sure I have a fabric that's long enough. That would be the only reason I wouldn't start this. I think I need like 20-something inches.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm sure that I have a fabric that would work, but I need to make sure it works with the floss. I need to do floss toss. And yeah, so I'm thinking about starting this on our Christmas adventures. If I don't have a piece of fabric that's going to work, then I'll pick something else to start. I'm also thinking about doing a blessing sampler on January 1st. That's something that I've never done. I have had January 1st starts, I think, the last 4 years.
You have had.
But I've never done a blessing sampler, and I like that idea. And there's a piece that I got recently, which is Disagree by Rebel Stitcher. So I'm thinking about making this my blessing sampler and starting this on January 1st. But I need to decide fabric and floss. But I have a few weeks.
Do I have enough room to do a blessing sampler?
I do not know.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I have a few patterns that I could work.
I also might potentially start this weekend.
Oh, yeah. I knew that one would be
Or if I don't have what I need to do the Quaker sampler, this will be my Christmas start, I think.
It's a pretty pattern.
Yeah. Those are my plans. As of now.
Oh, right.
Subject to change.
Yes, all my plans are subject to change.
We'll see what's in the shop at the Jingle Ball.
I think that's probably why mine are more nebulous sometimes now. Because like the first year when I was doing all my plans for the whole year, they fell apart like somewhere in March or something. Like, yeah, I don't think I could plan like that.
We already decided we're not doing a plans video this year.
I mean, I could maybe like guidelines instead of plans.
No.
These are guidelines that may or may not be followed.
No.
Because I had this really elaborate plan the first year we did it, and then it just fell apart in like March.
Yeah, we will probably do a whip parade sometime around New Year's.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a whip parade sometime around New Year's because I will be home for that. So because we are traveling, but I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that was all of our plans. We do have a few other crafts we can show off.
Yeah, that's all for the cross stitching.
That is all for the cross stitching. So if you're just here for that and aren't interested in the other crafts or games section, then we are grateful to have had you. If you're a returning visitor, it's always a joy to have you here. And if you're new and you did like what you saw, do like and subscribe. It does help the algorithms, as you know. We do appreciate it and are grateful to have you as a part of our community as well. But yeah, we can move on to other crafts, which I have another craft to actually show.
Okay, show us.
So my finish, I think I showed this last time.
Yeah, you had just started it last time.
I just started it last time, so this is... They all went flying everywhere. I have too much stuff piled up. Okay, so this is the pattern I started last time. I had just started it. My little Snoopy from the Woobles. And this is my finish.
It's so cute.
My little finish. He's got little arms to move up. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to crochet. I had my first crochet project ever. It turned out pretty well. Got his little tail, his little spot. So yeah, his mouth is a little bit crooked, but you know, considering that's my first crochet, I guess that's not bad, right? So I learned a lot on that one, enough so that when I'm doing a crochet exchange with my coworker, and so when I ordered the crochet for her, they popped up with an option to get a mystery kit. So I'm like, I can't not get a mystery kit.
Discounted. Right?
A discount. It was it was like 50% off. Yeah. Like, well, not do that. So I got this is the one I got in the mail. Is my mystery.
You didn't know what was going to come.
I had no idea what was going to come. This is Clyde the peanut butter. So I was like, well, why not? I'll crochet Clyde the peanut butter. I made good progress on him. So this is where I am. I've got his... He's starting to look like a little peanut butter jar. I haven't quite fully finished that yet. I still have to do his little mouth and his little temples. He's got a little thing. And he's got like a little lid. And this does stick up higher than it's supposed to. I don't know why. But maybe they addressed that somewhere in there. So... but this is where he is so far. I made really good progress. I did a lot I did some work on him on the
trip we went to Branson.
So that is my my other craft that I've been working on. I learned how to change colors from that one, which I hadn't done really in Snoopy. And that is it for my actual works in progress. Do you
want to show the crochet purchase?
This is the purchase I made in Branson. He's super cute. It's a s'more. It's called Marshy the S'more. So that'll be a lot of fun to crochet as well. It has everything in there that you need. So I don't know that it has videos necessarily, but I think I know enough that I could probably do most of it now. So I have a new hobby. I've joined the dark side. Is what's
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. It's it's been fun to get into a new hobby, learn some new stuff, and I'll have to get myself a little project baggy type thing for crochet because I guess I'm getting into it. I actually have ideas for ones I want to kit up. I have books of crochet patterns that I've added to my Amazon. So I'm diving in. And what are your other crafts?
Well, one of them is behind us. I finished this quilt. So this was a quilt I started last year for Christmas in July. So July 2024. I made the quilt top. And then I decided to finish it this week. I don't remember what day it was, but I was like, today's the day. And I just went for it.
I like it. Turned out great.
Yeah, so I used a jelly roll. I followed a video tutorial by Material Girl Quilts. It's called the Jelly Roll 18 Patch Quilt. And basically you just take a jelly roll and make these blocks and then put them all together. I did change the design a little bit so that it's narrower and longer so that it fits on this and also on our couch a little bit better than the width that was suggested. Because of that, I have 2 blocks left over. So I'm going to turn these into a project bag. So I already have the fleece fused on there so that I can work on quilting that. But yeah, I'll take a picture of what this looks like. I'll hold it up and stuff. But yeah, I had fun doing that. I didn't put any batting in this. I just made it kind of a really thin
one to cover
quilt. With. Yeah. So that was fun. And then I also did work a little bit on my felt.
Oh, the applique.
Felt applique kit. So this is Snow Friends Advent Calendar by Dimensions.
I like it. It's looking great.
This is where I am. I don't remember where I was when I showed this last time. I don't think I was that far.
You were not this far.
No. So, yeah, I have the top portion pretty much done. There's supposed to be 2 pom-poms that go on these hats.
Oh, I remember you used to.
And I tried making one, and it did not turn out
the way you wanted.
The way I wanted to, but I don't have enough floss to try it multiple times. So I thought, okay, I'm going to leave that aside for now and continue on with this, and then I can get back to that. Because there's nothing that goes over that.
And you were cutting out a whole bunch of shapes last I saw.
Yes. So I did Thanksgiving weekend. I started working on some of the ornament pieces because these are just backstitching and French knots over lines that are printed on these. So I knew it was going to be easy for me to work on. I did this while we watched some Christmas movies. So I didn't finish it in time for December, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah. So
I'm excited to see it fully finished out for next year.
The next step, according to the rules, is to do all of these numbers. So I'll get to that at some point. And maybe this will be ready for December next year.
Yeah. That's a new craft for you.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
And that is all of our other crafts. Mm-hmm. We usually move on to our board game section. Mm-hmm. This month we don't have any new.
We'll talk about our board games.
But we will talk about the ones we played. So if you're not interested in our gaming section, mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us and being a part of our community. Mm-hmm. We hope you have fun doing the things you love with the people you love this month. If you are new, thank you, and hope you will return next time to be with us. Mm-hmm. And if you are staying with us, we do have some board games to talk about, mm-hmm. at least what we've played over the last month. Mm-hmm. And usually she has a little graphic you can show and talk about what have we played this month. Yeah,
we played some games this month. We didn't do as much gaming with other people this month.
No.
When we were on our trip with Michael's family, we did play one game each of Skippo and Triominoes, which was fun. And then with my dad over the month, we played one game each of Our Travels, Carcassonne, Vantage, Verdant, Wormspan, and then we played a game of Mexican train dominoes with both of my parents.
Yeah, that was
on Thanksgiving. That was fun. And then Michael and I, over the course of the month, we did more gaming ourselves. So we played 5 games of Guild of Merchant Explorers, 4 of Earth, 4 of Rolling Realms, 3 each of Castles of Burgundy, 4 Shuffle Dartmoor, The Isle of Cats, 2 games of Clever Cubed and King Domino, and 1 of Lost Cities. Yeah. So usually we'll talk about games that we played 4 or more times. This month there were 3 of those games. Guild of Merchant Explorers, we have talked about in detail in video number 3, if you're interested in hearing more about that. Earth, we talked about in video number 6. And Rolling Realms, we talked about in video number 4. So if you're looking to hear more details about those, you can
see those, check out those videos. Because,
yeah. So we don't really have any videos to talk, or games to talk about this month, so Michael thought he would spend a little time talking about his RPG challenge instead.
Yeah, because it is a game. It's a stitching game, but it's still a game, and I won't go into super detail because I do have a video about it. But the basic idea is that I created a sort of an Excel sheet. It's a spreadsheet I use Google for. That basically you just track your stitching over the month, and there's some very general categories you can put your stitch counts into, or your number of projects. There are some of them that track number, like barely starts and finishes, fully finishes. You track the number of projects. The other one you do stitch count, and then basically it'll give you a number of points based on your stitch count, and then you enter that point total at the end of the month for each month. And by the end of the year, you will have a RPG character, so a D&D 5th edition compatible character. So that's the idea, and I've had some really good feedback. I've also had a few people who are a little panicky. I don't know. Maybe not panicky, but because I designed it for roughly, if you do roughly 8 to 10,000 stitches a month, which is probably close to where I stitch, maybe a little bit, or maybe a little bit less than that I stitch, but you'll be close to 1,000. Somewhere between 400 or 500 to maybe 1,000 points. Some of the categories go up a little higher than 1,000, like 1,300 points. So you'll be able to get within a good range. You don't necessarily need to max out the point total on these. The idea behind it is that it's helping you whip down. So barely starts or starts does lose points, but it's not really a penalty in the game because you're just creating a character. You're not trying to max out the point total. You're just making a fun character. So it'll just be a different character is all if you do a lot of starts in a month. So that's not something to panic about if you do a lot of starts. I know some people have a month where they start one every day. It's not going to really impact you not having you'll have a fun character either way. They are not optimized characters. I know that may or may not be in some people's minds. They are not designed to be optimized because it's typically more fun to make non-optimized characters. At least that's been my experience because they have flaws just like all of us do, and they're more fun to roleplay. If you are a prolific stitcher and you stitch 25, 30,000 stitches a month, and some of you are, which is great. It's a wonderful thing. There's a few approaches you can take. I'm working out some math to help you adjust the numbers specifically. But one thing you could do if you stitch that much is you could limit, like if you do a project, limit it to one category and not put it in multiple categories. It can only be used in one category for each project. So that'll right away reduce the number of points you're going to get each month if you're doing that many stitches. I've just on a rough ballpark when I looked at the math, if you I can show people how to do this, or even put out an supplemental video if I need to. If you adjust the point total for the stitch count thresholds from 500 for the first 2 categories, so if you move those up to like 700 and you move the other ones up to 400, you should be within a good range total for the challenge if you stitch that much over the course of a month. If you do that combined with limiting each project to one category. That should allow you to adjust it. I did make it really flexible the way I designed the sheet. So if you change the point total in the section where it shows, which I pointed that out in the video. But
you do.
If you change it there, the formula automatically registers that and will adjust how the points are being calculated. So that's really I may try to make it as simple as easy for people to use the sheet as possible. They don't have to do any special math. It's just tracking your stuff. If you need to adjust that, it's a one-time thing, and then over the course of the whole year, it'll work the same way. So if there's any other questions though, if you're panicky about something else or confused about something, please do comment here or contact certainly me, and I can certainly answer any questions that you might have. I tried to make this very general or generic or as far as categories go, so that you don't have to do a specific type of project or specific this. I tried to make it work with whatever you're interested in stitching. So the idea is not necessarily to push you into a type of project, but to help you whip down a little bit, which Um, I'm hovering around 20 projects myself, which is probably my limit. So I might end up creeping up above that. So this might help me as well, move down a little bit as well, because I'm going to have fun creating a character. So, but I did create a website that goes along with the video. The link is on that video. We can also include the link here to that website.
Yeah.
It does have some basic information about some of the other styles we do. If you're interested in some of the other styles, if you have any questions about those, you can reach out to us as well. And I know there was a few people who had asked questions about my conversion for the camping lantern that I did, which I put the conversion on that website, and as well as a couple other conversions. So if you're interested in those, you could also find those there. But I do have a feedback form for the challenge, so just to help me improve the design of the sheet, or if there's other types of characters for different systems you'd like to see. I'd be happy to work on creating other ones. I know Deadlands was mentioned by a couple people, so that might be one I work up maybe for the following year or something. But so yeah, that's the basics of my challenge. There's a lot more. I have a detailed video, a detailed walkthrough even on the website too, if you're more text oriented. That shows you how to use the form. So I think that is it for my game. And like I said, I did want to mention Steph's wonderful game too, because I'm looking forward to trying that one out, because it's definitely a different kind of challenge than mine, and it'll be a lot. It looks like a ton of fun, and I'm looking forward to getting some good stitches in on that project. So I think that's all I have. Is that all you have?
Yeah.
So if you stayed with us this long to the end, we appreciate you being here with us. We just appreciate the community in general, and hope you enjoy doing the things you love with the people you love over this next month. And if you are going to be at the Jingle Ball, we will look forward to seeing you. You won't know that from this video, because this will be coming after the Jingle Ball, but we have enjoyed visiting with you at the Jingle Ball within the next probably few minutes. So take care of yourselves, and we will see you soon.
Yeah, we love you.
Love you.
Bye. Bye.